In my Minecraft Forever world, I'm only allowed one Minecraft day every day. But the catch is, I'm doing this for an entire year. So a 365-day challenge, and today is day 219 of that challenge. I recently completed, well, not fully complete, but majority complete, this lighthouse right here, and we're going to get to some work on the interior of that today. But before I do that, I just want to head over to our starter base over here, our jungle village, where we spent about the first 180 or so days building this up into what it is today. And I think it came out pretty good, but obviously we got more to go over here. We're not finished with this build just yet. But before that, I just want to mention that we are grabbing 1 melon for every subscriber gained throughout the series, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. And you can also get on the wall of subscribers, like my friend here, Apes Open World. Welcome to the wall, and you are officially a legend. If you want to get on that wall, it's simple. Hit that subscribe button, and then if you want to boost your chances, leave a like, hype the video, and let me know you did so in the comments below. But I need to finish this lighthouse interior. I've ignored quite a lot of interiors throughout this challenge. You know, I eventually end up getting to them, and just for example, I guess we'll show it off, but this interior over here in our home came out pretty nice, and I think I'm getting better at designing interiors, you know, blocking off walls, making specific rooms. Even this bedroom right here feels nice and comfy, and it's got a nice view of our lighthouse as well as our windmill that we also recently completed not too long ago. We're jumping from build to build. Currently, we're trying to get this island done as soon as possible, and also make sure to subscribe for a melon. But like I said, let's get right to it. Enough of the yapping to start the day, and let's hop into this interior and complete what we have going up here. I do like this spiral staircase. I feel like it's missing just a little bit to it, and I think we need kind of like a wall or something going on over here. That would definitely help, but we'll figure that out after we do this top part up here. I just want to make a platform here, which will be kind of like the lighthouse headquarters. We don't really have, like, typically sometimes lighthouses have like that side house going on. Oh my goodness, I thought we were gonna die. We don't really have that side house to the lighthouse. I was thinking about adding that when building this, and I don't know, I just like the straight up lighthouse look to it, and I feel like I didn't want to take on a build like that when I have so many ideas planned for this world. You know, we got tons, and I mean tons of builds coming for all of you, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because this world is going to be something great and hopefully legendary by the time it is complete. But speaking of this side wall right here, I think what I want to do is maybe just some dark oak on the side of these slabs, just to kind of give it a little added depth, and maybe a railing on top of that. I think a railing on top of that would look pretty nice. And also, like I said, I mean, this is, it's in need of something like this. You know, we have just a staircase going up, so hopefully this adds a little bit. And I want to take a look like coming down and looking up, just to make sure it looks good before I call it secure, you know, before I say this is definitely how it's going, because I don't like committing to something unless it really does look good. And that's been quite the motto throughout this world so far. We try and make everything look as nice as possible. I think we've done a pretty good job of that. And speaking of, I don't like this staircase at the bottom here. I feel like we just need a little more room, and I know this is inconsistent with the rest of it, but just for the entryway, it just kind of makes sense to have right there. Going up, looks pretty good. Let's just finish it up here, and let's throw these down and right there, and that should be good. Now let's take a look. Looking down, I do like the look of that. I think a railing would look nice on there. Probably just gonna go with some dark oak here as well. I don't know, actually. Do we want something a little lighter than that? Maybe the spruce fences would look nice in that. I think the spruce fences would do the job better there. So let's go with some spruce fences. I think having all that dark coloring is kind of throwing me off a bit right now. And we do not have a crafting table on us, but we have two sitting right next to each other outside, because if you've been following along, you know that I have no shortage of crafting tables in this world. They're everywhere. It's a serious problem at this point. I need help. Um, all jokes aside, let's get back in here. Let's throw these fences up. Let's make this look nice. I don't know if I'm loving this. What is going on here? This is kind of iffy with this one block here. So maybe we just kind of chop that out. There we go. Nice little staircase going up. I do like the spruce fences better than the dark oak. A little bit of contrast, a little bit of differentiation between the two blocks here. Same as this, but it works. Just a little light, you know. I don't want the build to look too dark on the inside. I want it to feel nice and cozy, nice and homey. That's the plan for this entire island as well. You know, when I was building this island, I wanted a nice, cozy, comfy island. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of accomplishing that so far. But let's also, we should probably wall this off in a sense. So I'm thinking maybe we just start here. And we wall this off completely. That way, it looks a little nicer on the inside. I'm thinking we're gonna need some of these as well for the top there. Let's also block that off. And just so, like, something like this, for example, like small little detail here, but I'm just gonna bring this out one more, just so it looks a little more uniform and it makes sense, like it blends the ceiling in. Just a small little building tip for some of you guys that are interested in that stuff, but I think that looks nice. I don't think we need lanterns on these fences. As I was saying, the lanterns from the outside are kind of doing the job on the inside. I haven't seen any mobs spawn, and I think this looks bright enough on the interior, so we're gonna leave that. That's the window there, so we're gonna leave that as well. And now we got to make this nice and comfy, cozy. I think I'm also actually gonna just block this off completely. I don't like the look of that ceiling just because we have this block here as well. I'm not loving the look of it. So we're gonna block that off completely. Maybe even go down here one as well. That looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more uniform, if you will. That should look pretty good. And then do we need one there? I think we're good there. All right. Do we need one there? No, we don't need that there. That's fine. Perfect. So now we got the lighthouse headquarters here, and we got to make it into a bit of a bedroom. So starting off, obviously, we're going to need a crafting table, and we're just going to throw it in the corner for now. But let's try and design a nice little comfy bedroom here. I'm thinking, what do we need for a nice bedroom? Do we need doors to get in here? Would that make sense? Does the lighthouse headquarters need doors? I feel like it should. I mean, you shouldn't just be able to walk into somebody's room, right? So we're going to block this off, add some doors there. And then that way we probably, okay, we don't need that slab. I'm done putting that slab there. Enough with that slab. And then we're going to need, what are we going to need here? Probably something to separate this wall from that, because that's not looking the best right now. So let's block that off a little bit. Just a little bit. And then maybe add some fences as well right there, just for a little bit of detail. Right here is probably going to be a bit of a desk, and I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the dark oak chairs. This could be like where the lighthouse guy does his work. You know what I mean? I think this would be a good spot for the lighthouse guy to do his work. Looks like a good spot at least. And for this, I'm going to need some trapdoors. And also maybe some stairs, but the upside down version of these stairs. Trapdoors. Then we're going to need another upside down stair. Use that as a placeholder. Right there. I also want to get some item frames involved here, but we should get a closet here. I have not done a closet build yet in this series, so I think a closet right here would look pretty nice. So we're going to try our best, at least, to do that. And to do this closet, this is going to be a little difficult. I don't really have the blocks to exactly perform this right now, but we're going to do our best. We need, these are going to be our shelves in the closet, and then we're also going to need some things to put on those shelves. So I keep throwing things in this Then crafting table. Enough throwing things in the crafting table. What are we doing here? Okay. Can I place this down here? I can. Okay, excuse me. Right there. Okay, we're gonna crawl our way out of the closet. And then we're gonna put some things on those shelves. Enough throwing things in the crafting table. We gotta focus on that. Why is this opening the wrong way? Those are double doors. Why did that not work properly? There we go. Alright. Lantern, throw on there. Just to light it up a little bit. And we're gonna need something else to put there. Maybe like flower pot doesn't really make sense, does it? An armor stand, that would be pretty cool. So let's go get some things to fill out this room because we're kind of lacking in things to fill out this room. But before I do that, I might as well throw down a couple of shelves. We're gonna have to put the shelves a little lower than I would like, but we can throw a crafting table on one of them considering we have to use it right now. So let's throw a shelf there, and crafting table will probably go on this block. It's a very low hanging shelf, and then we're gonna need like a flower pot or something there. Then we're gonna have to make the bed right here. Maybe we give him like a master bed. We give the lighthouse master a master bed. Makes sense. And then anything else I need? I need item frames. I'm trying to think of things I could bring back. Item frames, maybe a little composter with leaves action. Can we make a composter? Actually, I think we can. How do you make a composter again? Ah, yes, classic. So let's throw down 2 composters right there and there, surrounding the bed. I also did add this crafting table mod where you can see what's on it. I mean, you can't really see great here because it's a little higher than me right now, but I think it's a pretty cool mod. And we're also going to need, what else are we going to need? We're going to need a very small kitchen, a small kitchen. So let's go ahead and get the things that we need for that. Maybe just some furnaces and whatnot. But this is looking much better on the interior. Now that I added all of this, I kind of do want some lanterns hanging down from these corners. I think that would actually look pretty cool. But let's see, can I reach that? Yes, I want something like that. I think that actually is going to make this look pretty cool. So let's go with that. My interior design skills are definitely getting a little better throughout this challenge. Can I reach that? How about now? Yes, I can. Now let's reach this one in this corner. Right there. And then we're also going to do one right there. Let's just get this down. And we're also going to need, we're going to need more lanterns as well. So let's go get the things that we need. Enough messing around. We should probably grab some more fireworks while we're over there, and then we should be pretty good. How's our elytra doing on mending? I gotta check that nowadays because I completely forgot. But I should get on breaking on it, but I've forgotten one too many times, and we've gone and crashed and burned, and luckily landed in water both times, which was like I said, very lucky. But let's go ahead, cook up some of that, get some gunpowder, because we don't get gunpowder the legit way in this world. We're gonna use some mods. And what else shall we need here? I think we're going to need a little bit of this. Maybe an oak sapling to go in there. What else do we need? We need item frames. Item frames we do need. Where did I put my item frames? Do I have any left? I would love it if I did. Maybe a little campfire action going on in the kitchen. I'm not seeing item frames here. Maybe a little sign here. I think we should throw a sign on each of our buildings. So let's get a few of those. Let's throw those down on the sides of our buildings just to make it feel a little more homey. And we're gonna need 4 leaves. Those are oak leaves, correct? Yes. And then maybe some shelves. I didn't think of that, but not jungle shelves. We're gonna need other shelves. Shelves that are not quite jungly. We're gonna need spruce shelves. And how do you get spruce shelves? Oh, I know how you get shelves. Yeah, we're actually not gonna use shelves. That's kind of a pain. I'm not gonna lie. They need to make shelves easier to get in this game. It's a little excessive. We should get a book and quill as well. So let's grab the book, and then how do you make a book and quill? A book and quill is an ink sac, a feather. Okay, well, do we have any of that? We have 2 feathers. That's perfect. Now we need 2 ink sacs. So let's go get those. Tell me if you see any squids hanging around. They're done for if you see them. Whole family here. Oh, right in front of the baby. Oh, I'm sorry, baby squid. We're about to murder one of your parents at least. Oh, he's got the escape route going right now. Yep, you're cornered, my friend. And you gave me... Oh, you gave me a couple ink sacs. I hear a nautilus. I heard that guy. I don't see you, but I heard you. I need one of those for sure. Can we take flight over here? Oh, we can. We're like that. We are like that, my friends. And I know we're all over the place, but we're gonna need this for some paper. So let's grab this while we're over here. Just for our fireworks, that should be more than enough. We got 5 ink sacs from 1 squid. That is a lot of ink sacs. Oh, and I wanted an armor stand, yes. See, that's the beauty of procrastinating. Sometimes you find things that you didn't know you needed. We got diamonds sitting in our inventory for some reason. We can throw these ink sacs away. Let's make some paper. Let's take some of this and let's make some more of these. Perfect. Throw that away. Organize that a little bit. Make some space in our inventory. And now how do we make an armor stand? Armor stand is one of those, and we got one of those. Good thing, because I did not think I had the time to get one of those otherwise. Okay, now we got our inventory organized. Let's grab some armor to throw on this. We got iron boots, we got an iron chest plate. Let's just give him some regular iron armor, because that's what we got in hand, ready to go. He needs leggings and a little bit of a helmet. And I have no inventory space, and I also need more lanterns. I am just not the best at inventory management, am I? I mean, it's pretty clear. We also need beds, we need carpets. We're gonna need to manage inventory better here. Let's throw everything away that we're not using on this interior. We have so much stuff in our inventory that we're not quite using right now. We got 2 axes. We always kind of carry around 2 axes though. Throw away the wool. Actually, we need a bed. All over the place today, as I said. Let's make him a nice master bed with 2 reds, 2 whites. Perfect. Good there. What else do I need? Item frames. Item frames. Do we have leather? I think I put it in here if we do. Perfect. So let's get some of these. I think we're just going to use 3 of these. Perfect. Put these away now. We have paintings in here we can grab as well for the interior. And then we're going to need, like I said, some more lanterns. So, we're running out of inventory space again. Insanity. Absolute insanity. We don't need that. Let's take this, turn this into some nuggets, and make some more lanterns. Perfect. Put this away, and let's get right back to it. We don't got much time, my friends. We only got about a minute left. Let's see how much interior design we can get done in a minute. Either way, we are prepped very well for tomorrow if we can't get this done. But let's see if we can get this done. Alright, lanterns in hand. No messing around here. One there. I'm gonna like the look of that. I already know it. I don't even need to look at it. One. Oh, really? One there. We don't got time to collect that. Let's just keep moving. One here. Can I reach that? Oh, no. Oh, we collected it anyways. I can reach from here. Perfect. Lantern there. Great. And we are cooking now. We only got a little bit of time left. Not much at all, to be honest. And, it's seeming like we're gonna have to finish this tomorrow. But I like the ideas that we got planned for tomorrow. I like what we got going on right now. Let's throw the armor stand down. Let's put the armor on. And let's, like I said, save the rest for day 220. Pretty cool idea though, a closet right there. I kind of like that. And then we're gonna have the bed here and everything. I mean, let's go a little bit over time here. And just let's just get this done. I mean, come on. I mean, we're right here. We gotta finish what we got going. Throw some paintings down. I want a too tall painting. Can I get a too tall painting? It doesn't look like it. All right, we're done rushing today. We're gonna finish the rest tomorrow. I promise you that. But we got the interior started at least. I'll see you tomorrow for day 220. But if you made it this far in the video, comment headquarters, because that's what we're working on. And make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hype the video, all the above. And like I said, I'll see you tomorrow for day 220.